Good evening. I'll start with something interesting that happened today itself. And somehow it was planned that I will discuss about this today, and this incident had to happen today. So I was in the market today morning to buy some items which you will not get in Big Basket or Blinkit anywhere. So those are typical achars and pappers and buddies which are made by women typically in the outskirts or in the villages. And there are certain shops in the Gariyat market where you get it. So when I went and to that shop, I saw that the shopkeeper and two women, there were some hot arguments. And then when they saw me, these women were moved away. And then I was asking the shopkeeper that, who are these women? Why are you arguing? She said, no, Dada, don't worry about it. So these are the people who supply these pickles and pappers that you take. I said, wow, great. So I purchased all those, and then I saw those women in the corner just sipping some tea, these two women. I said, oh, that's a great opportunity. Let me also talk to these people who make this for us. I went and I spoke to them. I said, Didi, do you make these pickles and pappers? They look like this. They were so upset after the discussion. Yes, do you have a problem? I said, no. All I wanted to say is that we all love your achars and pappers. My daughter loves the sweet mango pickles. My wife loves the chaltar achar. And my mother is a big fan of the buddy. She was just no expression, just flat. Then I said, yes, I do. I mean that. I consume that regularly. Then you can see that wonderful smile in her face. It was a mixture of pride and lot of satisfaction. I said, then why are we, what happened? What was the discussion with the shopkeeper? She said, Dada, this is a day-to-day problem. Payments. I have delivered those goods more than a month back, and these people are not paying. And then she started speaking out her life. She is from a place which is not very far from here, probably around 40 kilometers from this campus. Part of Sundarbans, very close to Canning. Her day starts 4 o'clock in the morning. She wakes up, does her puja, starts cooking. Why? Because she needs to arrange food for her husband, who will take that tiffin before going to work, tiffin for her kids. So around 9 o'clock all these things are done. She will drop the kids to the school. Then she will go and do her own work. What's her own work? She will go to a center, processing center, where a group of 10, 12 women together, they make this pickles and pappers. So she will work there till 2 o'clock, rush back to home, make sure that her in-laws get the lunch at the proper time, get the kids from school, feed them. Again around 6 o'clock or so, she will get back to that center and finish off what she was doing. So this is a day-to-day job of these ladies. And before I could even ask her name and the contact number, they asked, Dada, I need to catch the local train. If I miss this train, then I need to wait for another 3 hours. It will be too late for lunch. Today I didn't cook lunch yet. I'll go back, cook lunch, and then my family is waiting for that. I didn't ask her name. I didn't get the time. But I call her Annapurna, let's say. So this is the life of Annapurna from a village. Several Annapurnas, hundreds of them, lakhs of them in various corners of India, who are producing things that we like, that we use, but nobody knows them. And today, that is what I would like to share with you, some stories of she-roes, I call them, who are making fortune from fields. And they are contributing to the mission of our country, which is Viksit Bharat. Now, when I talk about she-roes, everybody knows this, right? 2nd of November, historical date. So this is not that only a team won a World Cup. This is also determination, change of mind, that yes, Indian women can also do it. We know all of them, all the names we know now. But then I'll show you another team. And I know you don't know any one of them. But they are also a team, but their battleground is not stadium. Their battleground is the fields, forest, villages. They are also fighting against strong opponents. But these are not cricket teams. Poverty, ignorance, discrimination. And they are winning this battle every day. Let us look at some of the stories. Meet Madhumita. She is from West Bengal, a district called Jhargram, which is known as Jungle Mahal. When she was growing, she saw all the terrorist activities happening around the villages, and she couldn't study the way she wanted to do. She saw that the primary reason for all this is poverty, lack of livelihood opportunities. And she identified that if livelihood opportunities are created, this can actually stop a lot of evils. So what she did, she and a few other enterprising women brainstormed that what can be done. And like magic, they identified opportunity right at their doorsteps. In Jungle Mahal, there are plenty of sal trees. And the sal leaves can be used for making plates, eco-friendly plates. So they started doing that. They started making eco-friendly plates out of sal leaves. Started selling, making money, more women started getting associated with them. So this is how their journey started. And once other women saw that these people are making money, livelihood, they also wanted to join. And this is how the group started growing. I met Madhumita 3 years back when close to 1,000 women were directly or indirectly associated with this movement. They were making around 70 lakhs as a group, but then they were unable to scale up, unable to grow further. And that was the challenge that we tried to solve. We identified that though they are making eco-friendly plates, which are of high demand nowadays, use and throw options, eco-friendly, but then they lack variety. Only one size plates. Why can't you make plates of various sizes? Why can't you add bowls and other stuff which also sell? So the first intervention was a little bit of design intervention which expanded their basket. Second was connecting them to the right kind of customers. For example, ISKCON or temples, they use these use and throw plates, thermocol or various other plates. So why not replace with sal leaves? And these small things made a big difference. In 2 years' time, when the project ended, where we started working, their revenue were around 2.5 crores. The people involved, engaged with this activity were 2,000 or more. And they were full of confidence that now we know the magic formula to scale up a business. So Madhumita and her team harvested fortune from the terrains of jungle. Let us move to Assam now and meet Konika Talukdar. She is from the Nalbari district of Assam. 16 years back, Konika lost her husband, and at that time she had a 2-month-old daughter. So as if the sky fell on her head. Hopelessness, despair, depression. She really had no clue what to do, how to survive. She had given up. But then thanks to her parents and brothers who inspired her, motivated her, that this is not the end of your life. Why not try to identify opportunities? One day she was watching Doordarshan, where she saw a program on vermicompost. And that sparked the bulb in her mind. She thought, maybe this is something which we can do easily. And not only me, there are other women in the villages like me who are seriously looking for livelihood opportunities. We can all do it together. She got trained in the Krishi Vikas Kendra by mortgaging her jewellery, got some cash, started doing it in her backyard. Prepared the first set of vermicompost, started selling in the local market, couldn't sell. Why? Because her product was very good in quality, but price was also high. At the local market, didn't have that appetite. They said, we don't need such a good quality, but you reduce the price, which she cannot do. So first month, she couldn't sell anything. But then somebody advised, why don't you go to Guwahati? There you have large nurseries where rich people will come. They come, they buy products, and they will be able to pay price for your products. So she took sack full of vermicompost, small packets, to those nurseries, door to door, trying to sell. She could achieve some breakthrough. A few of them started buying. After that, she got good feedback from them, and then more and more people started buying it. She got more women, trained them, and together they made this business bigger. They started producing more and more vermicompost and selling it. When we met them again 3 years back, they were doing well, but they were stuck. Because after a certain level, they couldn't grow. Because they were competing against organized players. Good packaging, good branding, and they had just a simple packet, and that's it. So we tried to help them on how to actually do branding, how to tap into other markets like e-commerce. Konika immediately got the idea. She created her brand JAY, J Organics. Not only in the local market like Guwahati, Jorhat and all the cities, she started selling on Flipkart, Amazon. If you go to Flipkart, you will see J Organics. So somebody from remote village of Nalbari operating on various e-commerce platforms and selling vermicompost. So when the project ended, our intervention completed, she was making 70 lakhs, supporting 10 direct employment and maybe another 30 indirect employment, all women from the community. That's not the end of it. She saw Shark Tank and she said, भैया हम क्यों नहीं startup बन सकते हैं? हम बोले, yes, if you want, why not? She registered her company as LLP. She competed in Tata Social Enterprise Challenge, which you all know, and this year she is one of the winner of Tata Social Enterprise Challenge. This is a transformation which happens and which is possible and which we have seen. Last story. Let me now take you to Meghalaya, the hills of Meghalaya, Rivai district. Meet Ayesha Rimbai. She comes from a family of traditional weavers. So in cricket parlance, she is the spinner. Madhu Ma is the captain, Konika is the all-rounder, and Ayesha is a spinner because she comes from a traditional family of weavers. And they weave something very special, which is eri silk. Eri silk is known as the Ahimsa silk, non-violent silk. They don't kill the cocoon, right, and extract silk. But then she wanted to be a teacher, and she started her career as a teacher. Got married very early, but within 10 years of her marriage, she lost her husband and she was left with 4 daughters. And she didn't know how to manage them. She didn't have enough income. She realized, I need some extra income. What do I do? And she identified the traditional skills as one of the vehicles through which it can be done. She started slowly with a few other weavers, but she realized that the traditional design, traditional way of selling will not help. And that has not worked. So how we can do it differently? Around that time, we met her in Meghalaya. And she was trying to reinvent eri silk products. First thing, she said that I want to be a startup. I don't want to be called as a rural enterprise because startups get a lot of visibility and glamour. Why we should be left out? Fine. She started as a private limited company. She created a brand called Eri Weave. She trained local women, and the traditional skills were already there. The training was primarily on design, what will sell, what will not sell, to retail channels, to online channels. She learned all this, very, very fast learner. Her daughter initially was reluctant to help her. But when she saw that there is money in this business, people are getting jobs, she also joined. Now, so this is the real life pictures from Ayesha's backyard. And all run by women, managed by women, and products are also mostly for women. To end the story, Ayesha also watches Shark Tank. She said, I also want to go to Shark Tank. Okay? How can I make it happen? I said, it will be difficult for your kind of enterprises, but okay, let us try to connect. She connected, she convinced the evaluators, first round, second round, she made it to the Shark Tank final stage. And now I am sure you will remember this story. Ayesha Rimbai from Meghalaya, a social enterprises winning investment in Shark Tank. So, what through all these stories I want to convey, that these are the people nobody knows. Some of them now you know. But then with a little bit of support, they can do amazing work. They can create real impact. Ayesha getting a check of 20 lakh rupees means another 30 weavers will be added to her team, means more livelihood. That is the impact. And this is what our country is also looking for. How can we create more livelihood for our people? That will take India to the developed nation category, which is Viksit Bharat. And I want to end with this. You know the saying, the hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world. But I have seen how the hand also transforms communities. So, for me, the hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that transforms community and creates Viksit Bharat. Please transform India by supporting them. Thank you.